Ramen Fury.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Dad Side, proudly presented by The Collector Side, and we're doing something a little differently. I'm here with my good friend G, and we are going to be playing, courtesy of my friends at Asmodee Games, Ramen Fury. That's right, Ramen Fury. Now, I'm really excited because we took some time to check the game out before doing the video, only because it took about an hour to figure out the little bits and pieces of the game. But I promise you that once you do take the time to figure out how the game is played, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to really have fun with it. So I thought it'd be fun to just go through a quick round, show you guys what this game is all about. But basically, the game is called Ramen Fury, the use-your-noodle card game from Asmodee Games. It's licensed, let's see, we got licensed by Mixlore, Mixlore.com, and the game by Prospero Hall. So this is published by Asmodee Games, and so that's how you'll be able to find it. And basically, you build your own ramen noodles, and it's a lot of fun. I have to tell you, it's a lot of fun to play. It comes with a series of ramen noodle bowl cards, so you guys can see that. See the bowl, and it's filled with noodles. Now the object of the game, I should say, is each player gets 3 bowls. Each player then has to fill their bowls with ingredients, and there are a number of different things you can do during your gameplay to make it fun, interesting, and also there's a little bit of a FU factor to the game, so to speak. But once you are ready to eat your bowl, you flip it over and you've got the empty bowl. Now, there are 3 cards per player, up to 5 players for the bowls. All right, so you get 3 bowls. Then you get these little spoon tokens. So you get these little ramen noodle spoon tokens. So you get a bowl of miso soup. That's what that looks like. See? And so each player gets 2 of those. Now those tokens, you can take an ingredient off of the top of one of your opponent player's bowls. So that's one way of increasing your ingredients to make your bowl full, and it's a point value system. So each card over here, there's a card pile, and you put, to start off the game, 4 cards into the pantry. Okay, so you have 4 cards in the pantry. These cards can be chosen from, or you can draw a card from the deck, and you have 2 moves per turn. If you get a chili pepper card, if you, let's say, take a card from this pile here, you have to draw a card to replace it. If you open up a chili pepper card, or there's one other card here, and gee, what was the name of that card? Do you remember? Nori flavor, right? So if you get nori flavor or chili pepper, then you can immediately use that to put into the other player's bowl to make it spicy. Or if you have a certain flavor called Fury flavor, you can use one of the chili pepper cards to put into your Fury flavor bowl and make that actually a delicious spicy treat. So that is part of that. When we start off the game, we also will deal 3 cards to each player, and you cannot have more than 5 cards in your hand. Okay, you cannot have more than 5 cards on your ramen bowl. So if you get a bunch of chili peppers, if you end up with 5 cards on your bowl and you can't complete the ingredients required in one of these flavor packets, and this is how you determine what flavor bowl you're going to make, then you empty your bowl, and that's actually a turn. So you can either prep your bowl by adding an ingredient, you can take your flavor, that's like taking your flavor card or any of the other ingredient cards, like for example Nuri, which is Naruto, which is a protein. So there's different categories. So we'll kind of go through that and do a little round of the game just to give you guys a sense of how it's played. But keep an eye out for the ingredient symbols, which are protein, vegetables. Then there's hybrid ingredients, which are either a protein or a vegetable, which is kind of cool, like a tofu. Right. So with a tofu, you can do it either or. So if you have a bowl with a flavor that's only protein, like beef flavor, you can see the beef flavor. So if you only have beef flavor here, you can use a tofu card because that serves as a protein. If you have one of these, which is a shrimp flavor, there's a combination of flavors to determine your point value. You can see that you have either a protein or a vegetable. And you have 1 protein and 1 vegetable gives you 4 points. 2 proteins, 2 vegetables gives you 8 points. So your flavor card tells you the value. And soy flavor, which is only vegetable. Now this is the highest point value, which is if you have 4 different soy vegetables, you get 14 points. That's the highest value to the different flavors. So that's kind of just a quick summary of the game, and let's give it a shot. So we're gonna have, each of us gets our 3 bowls. We get our 2 tokens that give us the opportunity to take each other's ingredients. We have our pantry that is full, and we now will have our hands dealt to look at our ingredients or potential cards. So the object of the game is the first person to eat all of their ramen bowls wins the game. Then you would tally up all of your different points, and that's basically how it goes.
Now you probably are trying to figure out, okay, you set up the entire game, who goes first? The person who is actually in real life last have eaten ramen noodles gets to go first, and you go in that order.
That's right. And so now I cannot for the life of me remember when the last time I ate a bowl of ramen noodles was. I don't know. But G here,
at least within the last year or two. So.
And for me, probably a lot longer, so he gets to go first.
Okay, so I will start by immediately prepping one of my bowls because I have a flavor card in my hand. So I'm going to flavor it with Fury, and then I'm going to draw another card from the pantry, and then since there's only 3 cards left, there always has to be 4 cards in the pantry, so I'm going to flip over a card. Now, since it's my turn, and there is both a nori and a chili pepper card available in the pantry, I have the ability to take those cards immediately and use them or draw them into my hand. So yep. I'm going to do that and take a nori card and put it down on this bowl here. And then I'll take a chili card and put that on my Fury flavor.
Right, and the Fury flavor card, now the reason he put the Fury flavor card with the chili peppers is because Fury flavor is your spicy flavor. So if you are stuck with a bunch of chili pepper cards in your hand, having a Fury flavor bowl can be really advantageous to you, because then once you get 4 of those chili pepper cards, that's a 4-point bowl, and you can eat that in case you are lagging or if somebody else has eaten a bowl that's a higher point value already. So this at least gives you the opportunity to put some spicy flavoring into that particular bowl. It also helps you empty your hand in case you have a maximum of 5 cards, because you cannot have more than 5 cards in your hand when you're playing the whole game in general. You cannot have more than 5 cards on your bowl of various mixed flavors. So that's where it gets kind of interesting. If you have a chili pepper card, I can put a chili pepper card on one of his bowls, and that's one of the cards. He may not be able to complete his flavor combination to get any points. He'll have to empty his bowl. So that's where it comes into play.
So let's make sure the pantry has 4 cards. That's a nori card again.
So you can take that.
I'm going to take that. And now there's 4 cards in the pantry.
All right, so now I've got my hand. I'm going to look and see what flavors, because now we have a few choices of flavor here. It happens to be all beef flavors. So I'm going to take a beef flavor. That's one turn. And I'm going to put it down on one of my bowls to prep. That's my other turn. And now I have to replace a card in the pantry.
Okay, so I am going to do another flavor card, so that's a prep.
Shrimp flavor. Shrimp flavor is cool because shrimp flavor you can do either protein or vegetable. 1 protein, 1 vegetable card on your shrimp flavor gives you 4 points. 2 of each, 2 proteins, 2 vegetables gives you 8 points.
Yep. And now, something we didn't discuss before is I'm going to get rid of some of the cards that are in my hand that are chili pepper and nori. And chili pepper and nori cards do not count as one of your 2 turns during your turn, or 2 actions during your turn. So I'm going to get rid of another one of my chili pepper cards. And I will get rid of another one of my nori cards. So that was my 1 turn, was the shrimp. That was my 1 action. Now I have 1 more action that I'm going to do, and I'm going to grab that tofu card and make sure that the pantry has all 4.
Right.
And that's my turn.
That's a spicy bowl.
Yes, it is.
All right, there we go. So now I am surveying what I've got here. I think I'm going to do some prep on my beef flavor. I'm also going to take a card from the pantry and replace an ingredient to the pantry.
There you go.
All these beef flavors. We keep getting beef flavors. Gotta shuffle better. All right.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a draw, and not from the pantry. I'm going to do it from the deck. So I take the top card from the deck, and now that's my one action, and now I have a second action, and I am going to add a flavor to this only nori bowl. So I have a chicken flavor card that I'm going to slide up and make that bowl complete. So now if you see, I have all three of my bowls with flavors in them. So, and that was my second action.
All right. And chicken flavor is a nice one. I like the chicken. Let's see. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do some prep. I'm going to take an ingredient, that is my two actions, and replace it. Oh, another protein. All right, and it's your turn, G.
Okay, I am going to take one of those proteins, flip, and then I'm going to do another draw.
Okay. All right. Now I am going to. All right, for my actions now, I'm going to take an ingredient from the pantry. Now we haven't quite covered this yet. So I took an ingredient from the pantry. I'm going to replace that with another card. But then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that flavor ingredient down on my bowl here, and that's my two actions. So that's my turn.
Okay. I am going to draw another card, and then I am going to do another prep. So I'm going to prep with a piece of protein.
Is it chashu?
Chashu, yeah.
Chashu. Okay. Awesome.
To me it looks like pork, but hey.
Yeah, it's something. It's something. All right. Now, what do I want to do? Let's see. I got a couple options here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some prep, where I'm going to put. I'm going to prep my. Which one? My beef flavor with Naruto. This is looking delicious, isn't it? Just absolutely yummy. And I'm going to do some more prep by putting my tofu down on my shrimp flavor. And I can decide later, depending on what my next move is, how I want to use that tofu. So because it's both, it could be either a protein or a vegetable, I can use it either way. So I'll do that as I go along.
Okay, so I'm going to do an action now that is one of those gotcha moves, and that is, I think his bowl is getting a little too flavorful over there. So I'm going to take my spoon action, and I'm going to take one of his ingredients.
You son of a boop!
Yeah, so I'm going to put that spoon over there because it's used already, and I'm going to take one of those. So that bowl is less points now, and I'm going to put that in my hand. So that is my one action, and then my second action is I actually wanted that because I want to be able to start completing my bowl. So.
You think you know a guy, right? You think you know somebody, and they just go, okay. All right. I see how it is. I see how we're going to do things here. All right, then I have no choice. I'm going to have to take a card. Ooh. And let's see. Do I want to draw another card yet? Prep. I think I'm going to prep. Scallions. I love scallions. Can you imagine if these were real bowls of ramen noodles?
It's making me hungry. All right, so I have a chicken flavor over here, so I need some protein over here. So I'm going to put.
Can't wait to get a chili pepper card.
My tofu flavor and put it there, and then I'm going to do another draw. And then that's my two actions. It was a prep and a draw.
All right. So. Okay, now I'm going to draw. And I will take from the pantry, and I will replace food in the pantry.
Okay, I'm going to do another draw. Aha. And I drew immediately from the deck a chili pepper card. So to immediately get rid of it, I'm going to spice up one of his bowls.
No!
And that forces him, like we've said before, you can only have 5 cards. He has 4 cards in there
Now I have 4.
So I've lessened the amount of points that he can have in that particular bowl by at least, I think, 2 points or 3 points because it's a beef flavor. So that was my one move, was to draw. But again, the chili pepper card that I just put down was not one of my actions. So I'm going to take another card and draw. Okay. And I actually have a nori card, which again, a nori card and a chili pepper card are not actions, so that is not going to count as one of my actions, but I'm going to put that down there. So, my action was a draw, and I think a second draw, correct?
Yep,
Yes.
so I think you're
So I'm
good,
done.
right? All right. I'm going to draw. And then... I think... I'll just draw another one. There's not much like that. Okay. And that is it for me.
Okay.
That's your turn. And I'm checking the rules because I had something I wanted to double check.
Go for
Because
it.
there's all kinds of different things in here, so I'm just looking real quick while you do your turn.
I think I'm going to put down a mushroom into this bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that bowl is complete. And then I'm going to draw once more. Draw. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to use one of my spoons here, and I'm going to, and I check the rules, and I will explain. You can use your spoon to remove either an ingredient from an opponent or an ingredient from your own bowl and place it into your hand, or you can take your spoon and you can take an ingredient from somebody else's bowl and put it onto your bowl. I'm going to remove this spicy little treat from my bowl, place it into my hand, and that is one of my moves. And then I am going to return the flavor. See what I did there?
To that bowl.
To that bowl.
Now again, since he just put that chili pepper there, I now have 2 completed bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what he's done is he's made this bowl absolutely impossible to have any points because it has this chicken flavor card, which you must have a pair of ingredients, meaning either a vegetable or a protein, to get points from this flavor packet. And all I have is tofu, 2 nori cards, and a chili pepper card. So I guess I might have 1 point from this nori card, but that's not enough points. It's only 1 point.
Well, I think also it's a garnish. I don't know that that counts as a combination.
Yes, because I don't have any pairs. So I'm going to actually empty this bowl. And that is one of my actions because I need to start a new bowl. That's just ridiculous. So that's my discard pile. And my second action will be to start all over again with some shrimp.
Right. Now, what do we got here? Interesting. So my next move is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to draw 1 card. So what I've done is I've added another vegetable to my bowl here. I'm trying to get one of the combinations for point value that is shown on the shrimp flavor, which is 2 proteins and 2 vegetables. Now, you may see tofu there, but if you remember, tofu can be used as either or. So I am going to attempt to use tofu as a protein, so I have my 2 vegetables covered, and I need 1 more protein to be able to eat that bowl. Now, I have to make sure that I have a protein card to put down on my next turn, or that this guy over here doesn't hit me with a hot chili pepper, because then I'm kind of stuck. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do a draw. And then I'm going to start prepping this empty bowl that just has flavor in it with some Naruto.
Nice. All right, so here is what I am going to do. I am going to put some eggs in this ramen bowl, and I'm going to now eat my bowl because I have 2 proteins, 2 vegetables, and I then take that pile, flip it over, and the bowl has been eaten. There we go. So that is 1 eaten bowl worth now to me 8 points. Ta-da.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So that's
how you play the game.
That's a run through of how you play the ramen noodle game. Now, Ramen Fury, again from Asmodee Games, and a fun little fact, by the way, which is on the back of the instruction booklet. Now, I did not know this, but I will read it to you because I think it's just interesting. While ramen is typically thought of as a Japanese dish, it has its roots in Chinese cuisine. In the mid-19th century, when Japan first opened to foreign trade, Chinese restaurants began popping up in Japanese port towns. One noodle dish, known as shina soba, Chinese noodles, became quite popular. And the first specialized ramen shop opened in 1910 in Yokohama, Japan's second largest city. Common toppings included eggs, corn, nori, which is dried seaweed, and naruto, which are fish cakes. After an earthquake outside of Tokyo caused massive devastation in 1923, ramen continued to rise in popularity because this simple food could still be served from food carts. Entrepreneur Momofuku Ando invented the first packaged instant ramen in 1958, which soon made its way around the world. The combination of instant noodles and flavor packets, ranging from chicken to beef, bacon, and even pizza, continues to be widely popular to this day. And that, my friends, is Ramen Fury. So thank you very much for watching. G, thank you for joining me today and playing this game.
You're welcome. I'm hungry.
I am starving. Let's go have some ramen. We're gonna go have some ramen. So while we do that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more I'm able to bring these kinds of videos to you guys. A special thank you once again to my friends over at Asmodee Games for providing me with Ramen Fury to take a look at for you guys today. And that's pretty much it. So take care. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on another episode of The Dad Side. All right, take care.